probably about the 75% of shit that I could do. Can you manage clients? Sure, I can manage clients. Can you do this? Sure, I can do this. It was all a fucking lie. And here we are 18 years later. I'm running a multi-million-dollar agency with 65 employees. This is proof that fake it until you make it and commit works. People talking about AI, hey, we're AI powered, this and that. It's all, but there's nothing underneath. It's all vanity. A lot of these organizations will fail. Just like what happened with the internet age, just like what happened with the dot-com bubble. I'm 10 times more productive than I was 5 years ago. 20 times more productive. And people are not using this technology, and you think you will keep your job? You think you can compete with me? Delusional. No way. You see, everybody wants to believe that they work hard. But very few people actually work hard, and then even fewer people work smart. If I can solve that equation in the next 3 to 5 years, that's it, I'm a billionaire.
So what's the biggest gap you see between companies that just use AI and companies that transform using AI?
I would say it's purpose and objective. If you are using AI, if you are saying AI, and your primary objective is just to create some hype, some buzz, it's not going to be successful. AI is one of those executions where you really, really need to understand the objective, the purpose, and the end result of what you're attempting to achieve. Otherwise, it's useless. We've talked about this multiple times before, right? It's literally about how you are leveraging the technology. And this is why I talk about going back to fundamentals. If you don't care, and if you just want to drive a Ferrari because you want people to look at you and you want people to think that you're cool, that's one objective. You can compare that to people talking about AI, hey, we're AI powered, this and that. It's all shit, there's nothing underneath. It's all vanity, right? Or you can take a Ferrari, you can work on the performance, literally under the hood, and you race Formula One, and you beat everybody else. And the Ferrari driver in Formula One does not care about vanity, does not care about how pretty the car looks, or how other people are admiring. He's after performance. So that is, I think, the differentiation between companies who just say AI because they want to be cool and hip, and they want to seem like they're in it, versus the companies who are genuinely leveraging the performance of AI capabilities.
So from what I understand, you're saying it's more of an iterative process where you have to continue testing and continue building and trying new things and integrating new technologies as they come around.
Absolutely, it must be an iterative process. It cannot be a wish list. We get these requests a lot. People say, hey, how can I implement AI to my organization? You can't. You don't know the first thing about what AI can do for you. So anytime we get questions like that, I literally say this to prospects who run $100 million companies, billion-dollar companies. Say, you can't, because you haven't thought deep enough. You have to really, really understand, what am I attempting to do? Am I trying to make things more efficient? Am I trying to maximize my profitability? Am I trying to maximize my lead generation funnel? Am I trying to maximize my sales cycle, my sales funnel? There needs to be an objective. Am I trying to absolutely maximize customer satisfaction? It can go 1,000 different ways. And if you are asking a very lame, high-level question, you're not there yet.
What's something you built internally with AI that failed, and what did you learn from that failure?
The first version of everything that we build fails. We built this insane AI visibility tool that integrates into ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity, Grok through API, your website versus your competitors based on the content pillars and the prompts that are generated, divided by the different personas and intent levels, right? Is it informational? Is it comparison? Is it a buy term? The first version always sucks. The first version that we did, literally, we would get the results from API, put it in a text file format, take that, put it into Gamma app, and create a report. It was very manual. It didn't work. It was inconsistent. So I think we're on version 16 of that. Like literally, imagine V1 versus the V16. Now we have a web-based application that's vibe coded with all the integrations into these LLMs, and there are different decision-making points and funnels and flows and different access groups. I think the first version of everything that we built failed. It couldn't be client-facing, it couldn't be even staff-facing. So that's the thing with AI, right? You have to stick around long enough to figure out that there is a path, there is a successful path. But we're learning so much, and that's the point across all of these conversations. It's like, you need to put in your 10,000 hours with AI modernization and AI transformation. As an organization, not as an expert, 10,000 hours is 3 years. Only these companies will excel to the next level. And maybe we'll watch this video after a decade and people are gonna be like, hey, Duran, Duran was right. Or maybe they'll say Duran was full of it. Who knows? Maybe we'll hit AGI fast and none of this is gonna be relevant, right? But I think there's a big chance that I will be right in 10 years. A lot of these organizations will fail. Just like what happened with the internet age, just like what happened with the .com bubble, just like what happened with cloud transformation, just like what happened with software and search engines. The old way of doing things is going to die.
Who do you think is at risk of being left behind by AI in the next 24 months?
I'm going to answer this at a high level, and this is the part that even scares me. If you asked me this question 12 months ago, I would say anybody that is not having daily conversations with ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity. You ask me this question today, anybody that's not having workflow, systems architecture, conversations with AI, and actively building systems that have AI frameworks are going to be left behind in the next 24 months. And the scary part is you're gonna ask me this question in 12 months. You're not gonna like the answer that I'm going to give. This is the challenge that we have. We all have it. Some people are clueless about it.
What decisions inside your company became much faster when we started using AI?
I assigned 3 different strategies today internally. One for a lead generation campaign with LinkedIn paid ads, and the entire infrastructure at the bottom is AI. It's an automation platform. It's 10:13 a.m. I did this in the last 90 minutes. 2, I just initiated an influencer, B2B influencer lead generation campaign through LinkedIn. That's, again, AI-powered, landing page, automation, lead magnet, everything is done by AI. And the third is a UGC video campaign that we launched for one of our brands that we planned. We're about to launch it, and the entire scripting, videos, and the bottom funnel, middle funnel, top funnel, everything is done by AI. And that's 3 today that we're launching. It's insane what we're able to do. Not to mention the fact that I'm on 10 sales calls on a daily basis. AI does all of my recaps. AI does all of my MSAs. AI legal reviews all the legal terms of any kind of master services agreements. AI does all the follow-up. What else do you want? I'm 10 times more productive than I was 5 years ago. 20 times more productive. And people are not using this technology, and you think you will keep your job? You think you can compete with me? Delusional. No way.
What's something about being a CEO that doesn't get talked about a lot publicly, but you have to deal with on a day-to-day basis?
You've heard the generic stuff. Being a CEO is difficult and you don't have time for yourself. It looks really, really attractive, but in reality, you're dealing with all the shit and all the problems of an entire organization with possibly hundreds of employees. You've heard the generic stuff. I think the part that I've never heard anybody talk about is how valuable truth and honesty is. But it's not about your truth and your honesty to other people. It's self-honesty. How honest are you with yourself? How aware are you? Are you shitting yourself? Or are you genuinely aware of the deficiencies that you have as a leader and that your organization has? And which ones are you overlooking? Which ones are you letting slide? So I think the new leaders of the new world are going to be the ones that don't let it slide. You're the last man standing. Just because you're the boss. Here's a strategy, boss. Just do it. Nope. And AI gives you that capability. You could literally clone yourself. You could check every single execution and you can trust the result. So how honest are you with yourself about your capabilities? About how effective of a leader you are? Are you practicing what you preach? Are you leading by example? You want everybody to work hard, right? Are you putting in 50, 60, 70 hours a week? Elon Musk is. The CEO of Nvidia is. You see, everybody wants to believe that they work hard. But very few people actually work hard, and then even fewer people work smart. I think that's the conversation that a lot of CEOs are not having. Just how honest am I with myself?
What's a decision you made that looked right at the time but turned out to be wrong? And what did you learn from it?
A lot of hiring decisions end up not great. And you have to choose between trusting what somebody says to you versus trusting your instincts. And as a leader, as a coach, as somebody that really wants to invest in people, I want to believe what you're telling me. There are two things that I say often. One is you can pay people, but you can't make them work. You have to get them excited about the work, right? And two, you have my trust until you don't. You know how people say, oh, you have to earn my trust, you have to earn my trust. No, you have my trust day one, minute one, second one. You have my trust until you don't. That has served me well. So I invest in people, and because I invest in people and because I believe people, I get three different types of talent when I make these decisions. One is the person that says what he means and means what he says, becomes an incredible type of talent that I work with for years, 3, 5, 7 years. Two, the person that makes promises but kind of executes it, still valuable enough to keep in your team, but not a rock star. Good for execution, not great for leadership. And three, complete, says everything, over promises, under delivers. And I would say that that happens probably 15% of the time. So, but you can't sacrifice the 85% for the 15%. Because that's resentment, that's baggage. I can't be like, oh, these people lie. I can't do that. There are people who don't. But as humans, that's what we do. We generalize, right? Like, oh, if this guy lied to me, I will never be in this situation again. No, all you have to do is take 100% responsibility. It's you who interviewed him. It's you approved it. You have to get better at eliminating people. You can't generalize. All these people lie. So it's very difficult for me. And I've done this, and sometimes I still do it. This is the honesty that I was talking about in the previous conversation. I judge people. And I need to stop. I'm working on it. These decisions are the type of decisions that you are wrong at, and you're constantly wrong about it. But again, the same thing with AI optimization, right? It's an iteration. You get better and better and better and better. There's no promised land. You just improve until you die.
So sounds like there's a trade-off there, but what do you gain when you get it right?
From a monetary standpoint, you gain millions. $1 million potential. One individual can make you millions of dollars over the next 5-10 years with their decisions. From a leadership standpoint, you get excitement. You know, I'm the same as any other employee. I'm an employee too. I need to be excited about stuff that I do. And what excites me is the excitement of my team. Without that, I don't have anything. So when you get it right, it just becomes this beautiful harmony of planning, strategy, execution, and creative ideas. That's what excites me. I wake up in the morning, and you've experienced this. I'm like, let's do this, let's do this, let's do this. What do you need from me? Like this is supposed to be fun. Business is the ultimate game that you can play for the rest of your life. It's beautiful, and people vilify it. You know, they're like, oh, I have to work now. Well, you should be happy you have to work. If you don't love what you do, stop and do what you love. And if you don't, you're never gonna be good at it. So why do it? You got one life, right? So when you get it right, it's just beautiful. It's just, you grow, your company grows, you make money, your staff makes money, your talent makes money, everybody's happy. You provide a better life for your family, for your kids. You know, it's kind of like pay it forward. You grow, you start at an entry level, you grow, you become somebody else, you give other people opportunity. Like, business is beautiful. And it all starts with one decision. And that decision is, you know, what is my purpose? Who do I want to become? And once you answer that, once you really, really execute based on that answer and that purpose, it doesn't matter what you do. You could be an artist, you could be a musician, you could be a CEO, you could be a AI engineer, you could be a front-end developer. It doesn't really matter. And this is why I say, go back to the fundamentals. What do you really care about? Answer that question. Everything else becomes much easier.
What do you screen for when hiring that you didn't 5 years ago?
I built an insane GPT, an AI model that digs deeper into somebody's expertise in a field. We hire PR strategists, marketing directors, front-end and back-end developers, QA engineers, AI engineers, SEO specialists, paid search specialists, maybe 20 other positions. This GPT that I built is a copy-paste. It's so easy to use, and it digs deeper into the crust of their experience. It would take me hours to speak to somebody to really dig deeper, and it's able to extract this information within a 15-minute conversation. And it hasn't failed once. So that's what I do differently. We do the first call with the HR manager. I do the second call and the final call, and then I send them the recap and I send them that GPT. It's so powerful that 25% of people that we send to just quit. They don't even answer the questions. Not because it's difficult, but it's challenging them. They're like, oh, I'm withdrawing my application. Because you know they're about their expertise. They can't answer the questions. You can't be an AI engineer and not know the technology stack of where you are, what you are automating. They can't copy paste, the system will know. They can't wait too long to answer, the system will know. They can't go ask another AI system, the system will know. There's no faking it. So you're eliminating all the in 15 minutes. It's beautiful.
When you think 10 years out, what is something you're optimizing for that others aren't?
High-level data and analysis that enables you to make very complex decisions very fast. This is my 10-year billion-dollar play. We're going to find out if it's going to succeed or not. And the reason I'm going after that is because everybody has access to information. Everybody has access to the same answers. And my high-level objective is, what questions can I ask differently? How can I analyze this mass data differently than everybody else, where I simplify the decision-making process of a very, very complex infrastructure? If I can solve that equation in the next 3 to 5 years, that's it, I'm a billionaire.
What's a crazy business story that you have?
I don't know if I should tell this one, but I will.
We won't post it if it's too crazy.
No, we'll post it. About 10 years ago, when I used to go to certain networking events where I knew that I was going to show up one time, I would make up a persona. I actually wouldn't tell people what I currently do. I would tell people what I would love to do one day. So I would lie, essentially. And the whole concept was, number one, can I pull it off? And number two, would the other person believe me, and how much? And I basically didn't introduce myself as an agency owner. I introduced myself as a financial consultant and expert that was in the mergers and acquisitions space. I remember at least attending maybe 20, 30 of these networking events where I would flat out lie about what I do. I built this persona, but I really believed it. That was 10, 12 years ago. And about 6 years ago, slowly I started having these mergers and acquisitions conversations. Like, I literally, out of the blue, got a lead from somebody that asked me to consult an M&A deal with e-commerce. Like, out of the blue, I was like, so I had done some research about it because I had this persona, right? I didn't want to be an idiot talking about it. So I think it was 6 years ago that I consulted the deal, and I made about $35,000 consulting that mergers and acquisitions deal. It was like a $20-25 million deal. And then after that, it's insane. Now I am the person and the persona that I was lying about 12 years ago. And all I talk about and all I think about is mergers and acquisitions. I've bought companies. I've helped sell companies for clients. I've consulted M&A deals. That's probably the craziest story that I have. And if you want me to say that at a high level, fake it until you make it, but commit, manifest. It will become true, but you have to commit.
That's what I was gonna say. This is the highest level fake it till you make it story I've heard in a while.
Everybody does it. Everybody does it.
You have to do
Nobody,
it to a certain
nobody
point,
wants
right?
to say it. Again, we talked about the honesty, right? Everybody does this. Everybody lies. But what kind of a lie is it? Is it a lie that hurts other people and really, really inflicts pain and damage on others? Or is it a lie that you're telling yourself because you don't like who you are today. How is this different than saying, I'm not going to drink one day. I might be an alcoholic now, but one day I will not be. I will be that guy that goes to the gym, gets a six-pack, exercises. That's a lie too, in your current situation. But this is why it works. You literally have to change your personality, change your persona sometimes. And the only way is to believe it. That is the core definition of manifestation. To live a future that currently is not fact.
I think all of us have to do that at some level. Like even if you want to rise through the ranks in your job, you have to kind of convince yourself and others that you can do what you say you're going to do at some level. You just took it way
yeah.
way further than that, but yeah.
I'll tell you a crazier story than that. I was working for a company called Makes Good Sense. I was fired from that job. Then I took a job at NetSpace, which was an agency model. And one of the franchisees in that company came to me and said, hey, this company is going out of business. I have 3 clients. Do you want to do this? I had never run an agency before. I was a marketing director or a marketing manager with maybe 3 years experience or 4 years experience. And he basically told me that he doesn't need to make money right away. I'm like, okay, I need $6,000 a month. This is year 2007. He said, okay. And then my thought process was, well, I'll do this for 6 months. I'll probably run it to the ground because I don't know if I can do this. But at least I make $6,000 a month for the next 6 months. That was 2007 when I started Optimum 7 with my business partner. So it was a full-on lie, and I lied to him probably about the 75% that I could do. Can you manage clients? Sure, I can manage clients. Can you do this? Sure, I can do this. It was all fucking lie. And here we are 18 years later. I'm running a multi-million-dollar agency with 65 employees. This is proof that fake it until you make it and commit works.
Okay. We definitely have to
two
post
crazy
this.
stories for you.
We're going to post the Optimum 7 one. We're for sure posting.
Yeah.
All right.
But the problem, you see, and this is for you, maybe you'll take the footage. The problem with today's generation and a lot of people is they'll fake it, but they won't commit. So it just becomes bullshit. Stop showing me your goddamn Ferrari and the house that you rented. Nobody gives a shit. You're selling courses. You're not in the business of commerce. You're an idiot who just sells courses. You don't produce anything. You're selling a dream. That's why it doesn't stick. That's why it doesn't stick. You're selling a dream. Instead of, and you have the intelligence to productize, you have the intelligence to market, you have the intelligence to build a following, and you're using all of this to just fucking con other people, you piece of... You're a terrible human being. Just do business. It's easier. I had a client, lovely client. He worked with me for 10 years. He paid me millions of dollars. You know what he told me one day? Older gentleman. He said, my team pretends to work, and it is harder to pretend to work than to actually work and get done. And they choose the hardest path, which is pretending to work and prove to me that they're working while they're not working, while they're pretending to work. It would be much easier for you to actually work instead of pretending. That's what I think of when I see all these course sellers and all these, and look at my car, look at my watch retards. It's like, it's easier to do business than what you're doing. That's not making fast money. These are all intelligent people.